Okay, I'm going to do a nice quick video on how to thread a sewing machine. So this is threading the upper thread of a sewing machine. Again, hopefully you have the instruction booklet for yours, but I've encountered a lot of sewing machines in my time and it's pretty similar for all of them. You start off with your thread on a post at the top. This one's horizontal, sometimes they stick upwards. Either way, you have your thread on there and you have it coming off towards the machine. Same if it was upright, you'd want it coming round and towards the rest of the machine. So you take that thread, you pass it through something here, which will either be, on an older machine, it was often a little eyelet hole that you needed to post the thread through. On here, it's just a guide, but there'll be something here that enables you to turn a kind of right angle corner. So you go through that guide and then you take it down through this gap here. You can't see them on this machine, but in here, there are a couple of discs which hold the tension for your upper thread. So you go down here through the discs and down here, again, it's quite internal on this machine, so you can't really see it, but you take the thread up and under this spring. So there's a spring in here, which you can slightly feel if you tweak that thread. So you go under the spring and up to this, which is your take-up lever. The take-up lever is the thing that moves up and down as your needle moves up and down. So if you turn the balance wheel forward, you can see the needle goes down and back up. And at the same time, the take-up lever does the same thing. So it goes down and up as you turn that. And when you're threading the machine, you want this to be at its highest point. By the way, you should only ever turn this wheel forwards. Worth knowing. So you've gone under the spring, up, you put it through this take-up lever. Again, sometimes on an older machine, you have to actually post it through that hole, but this is a nice, easy one to thread. And from here, you go down through this gap and you pretty much put your thread through any guides that appear between here and the needle. Sometimes there's something to post it through here. Mine just has a guide right above the needle, which I'm going to put it through before I'm going to have to turn the machine on so I can see and put the presser foot down before I thread my needle. And on a domestic sewing machine, that will always be from front to back, so that your thread goes from the front to the back as you thread it. So that's now through the needle. I'm going to turn it off again because it's easier to see. So you've got your thread coming through from your needle and you want to hold on to it and turn your balance wheel through one revolution till your take-up lever's back at the top, and then you'll find that your top thread has picked up your bottom thread from the bobbin underneath, and you've now got both threads on the top side. You can pass them under your press foot through the little gap there. I'm going to chop them off with a blunt thread cutter. But yeah, you pass them under your foot there and out to the back of the machine before you start sewing. And that's how it goes. So post, guide, disc, spring, take-up lever, and then down to the needle where you put the thread through any guide that you see, and then from the front to the back through the needle. And that's it. Same for most machines.